All right, folks, we are live. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you're on LinkedIn or if you're on YouTube, definitely feel free to give me a quick comment. I just want to make sure that you can see everything that's going on. And we are live everywhere. Yes, sweet. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. One of the things that I wanted to chat about was this idea of having a better perspective of where we are. And so we're going to start today with an interesting video that I saw probably about a year ago, I think. Uh, it was pretty cool when I saw that, just to see when we can change the perspective that we look upon ourselves. We are going to be fairly disoriented. We're just going to take some practice to look at ourselves from a different consciousness. So here's the video. Let's present, share screen. Oh, Marcy, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. You've got some background noise there. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this as big as possible, and then we can watch this. These guys are gonna play soccer. Now it's in a different language, so the audio, I'm just gonna cut the audio, but you'll see what's going on. These guys are actually gonna play soccer, but they're gonna be playing soccer with these VR goggles, and these VR goggles are just giving them a bird's eye view. I just want to make sure you guys can see. Oh yeah, screen's sharing. So it's only giving them a bird's eye view of the field, and they have to figure out which player they are. They have to figure out how to run around from this perspective. And of course he misses the ball because he's never looked at himself from this perspective. This is what it's going to be like as we have our consciousness advance. We're going to be and the goalie, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Where's the post? I find it fascinating how they all instinctively put their hands forward. Like they're just instinctively doing that. That's so fascinating to watch. Anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted. Look at him just laying down. He doesn't know what is going on. Oh my goodness. So that's what I wanted to share. It's kind of comical. How do I unshare my screen? There we go. We are looking at ourselves from a different light. You know, if we just zoom out for a second and we look at our lives from space, so to speak, if we were just to perceive how we interact with our environment from a perspective of consciousness that isn't from here, like this body's perception of what we're experiencing is, I don't know, it's like it's all filtered through our perception. And the beauty that we have in recognizing that when we shed that filter and we look at ourselves from a completely different context, that is an exercise that helps us improve our consciousness. So yeah, that's what I wanted to start with today. But I'm going to open it up. Marcy, you're here. I want to open up the mic to you if you want. Let's hang out.
Hello, nice
Yeah,
to see you.
indeed.
I just sat down. I had something I had to deal with there, but yeah, I've been meaning to come on in and join you guys. So I'm glad it finally worked out today.
Thanks so much for coming. Thanks
Thanks
so
for
much for
all
coming.
your work and everything you're sending out. You're doing so many good things.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, usually what we do, we can talk about that video if you want, or if there's something that you wanted to share. Typically speaking, we just ask people to share something that they've learned about their spirituality over the last little while. Even if it's like the last couple of years, that's good. That's good too.
Okay, so you're asking me that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, well, geez, well, I've learned that I am a more spiritual being, and just being more connected in nature and to all things, and how everything is all very connected, and yeah, and just kind of calling on that higher power over the last couple of years, as I see the amount of evil there, just learning and giving up myself to the side of good, and just trying to, in my spirituality, to do what I can and to follow what I believe can be a force of good to counteract everything going on.
Yep. Yep. It's amazing. It was what, like, it's just miraculous to see how these times have shaped. Like, it's it's tempting to look at everything from that perspective of a physical experience where it's like, oh, this is bad or that's bad, or I wish that this troubling thing was not so pervasive. And like, it's easy to fall into the trap of making judgments about what's happening, and by all means, the crimes have been committed, there's no question. But also, as a part of our evolution, this is serving to be a catalyst for leaps in consciousness. And having that, just having that spirituality makes it almost, um well, it I know for myself, it's tangibly easier than if I'm just a random bunch of cells floating around through space. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Well, that reminds me one thing. I just saw however long ago, and I thought it was so powerful. It was talk about the golden ratio, and yeah, it was just fascinating. There was a whole video just showing how everything fits that golden ratio, and from the microcosm to the macrocosm. So you
Yep.
have to believe that that's pretty powerful. There can't be, just some big accident to make that happen.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep. 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 Yeah. So what are some things that you've noticed where you've experienced God in your life, where it's like, I can recognize He's working. This is something where He's moving and in even conspiring with me.
Well, sometimes I wonder, just well, certain life events when I've had just certain things like just show up in my life, and and I just, I'm like, well, this has got to be a sign. And then myself also just being in a certain place, like maybe I'm like, oh, I wish this went that way or that way, but then for example, like I just see somebody sitting behind Circle K, and they're down and out, and I'm like, I was able to help give them whatever, their bus ticket, and I'm like, oh well, that was kind of good, because all those other things happen, but I was able to do one small thing, which is probably
Yeah.
a lot for those people. So
Oh, that's awesome. And yes, of course, that's being a conduit. It's being a
yeah,
conduit for His mission to be uh, a source of peace for others.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How are things going with music? I mean, we're here now. I'm curious. How are things going with music? I know that you've been doing shows.
Yeah. So it's been an exciting journey, because I've written some songs that I'm really excited about, and I'm learning some songs that I'm really excited about, and I'm just looking into right now some different streaming platforms to get them on, because I'm always like, well, the perfect is the enemy of the good, and people are like, oh, you should just get your songs up. I'm like, well, maybe I'll wait until I do this or that, but yeah, I'm like, well, why not just put things out there right now, and
Yep.
so yeah, I'm just in the process of looking at that right now. And I was at some point, I think I'd like to just be able to do some live stuff, like when I'm at the garage, just put it on, so hopefully it can reach people that need it, and or that might really enjoy it. Because that was my original intention with my website, was to try to like get it into care homes or places maybe where people
Mm,
can't have any music, they weren't allowed to have any live music.
right.
And yes, there is the internet, and there's lots of free stuff, but it's nice to, I don't know, I just feel like the garage is filled with so much love, and every time that were there. It's so positive and so good, and so I feel that would be good. And yeah, the garage is excellent. It's just such a freedom oriented venue. I came across it 'cause my cousin had met one of the owners in a freedom group,
Yep.
and so yeah, it's been really nice. And then I'm just so excited about this one new song. And my first song recorded in a studio. This really talented fellow Paul Steffes has been helping me do all this magic around it. And there was this beautiful spot that a friend showed me in Mill Creek, and I was just so like getting in touch with nature and just feeling like so connected, and it just was so powerful to me. I just wish that I could share that with people. And then a song started coming through, and it was just really interesting because there was many themes, and I wasn't expecting this theme, but I asked somebody if they could do a video, and then I'm like, well, can you make it maybe about loss, helping people through loss and maybe connecting to nature.
Mm.
The fellow who brought me down there, his sister had passed away. And it was just really interesting because I didn't know she'd passed away. And all of a sudden there was angels and ancestors in the song. I'm like, where is this all coming from? So
Wow.
really, yeah, it was really kind of an interesting kind of experience because
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it just feels like yeah, things come through and I don't know, it just so and then when the pieces start to fall into place, I'm like, what just happened there?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's happening
Amazing.
with music. And something really exciting. I've been playing with my daughter here and there. Like she started coming out to some of the open stages, and she is so incredible. Like she's just such an incredible singer-songwriter.
Wow.
Yeah, she's gonna have her album released right away, and she does some like live. She does this beautiful acoustic thing, but then she has her boyfriend helps her do like kind of a bunch of techno stuff, and it's so powerful. And
Wow.
yeah, and it's been really cool. Like her and I going to sing, and there's something about like family voices that
Oh,
people
yeah.
created, and it's just yeah, it's so cool. For Remembrance Day, we learned "The Traveling Soldier" by the Dixie Chicks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really great.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
So cool. So what do you feel is happening next for you?
Well, that's an excellent question. I don't really
Hmm.
know. I continue to teach those little guys. I work in that program teaching kids with speech and language delays, like really little from 2 to 5. But yeah,
Yep.
just trying to make it fun and enriching and to meet those goals because it's really difficult with not really very much staffing from the government lately. Like there's not really enough to do what you would like
Yeah.
to do. So yeah, keep going with that, but and then but yeah, now as this music is going somewhere, like I want to share that, and then somebody introduced another piece just talking about how singing is so good for people in general, like opening up their chakras and helping them connect to different things. So maybe with the music, like getting people more into singing, even if they think they can't sing, like just kind of so steering towards that a little bit with yeah, helping people do singing, and also like I've been introducing the music into the pre-kindergarten program and Xavier Red. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what about Xavier Red? And oh my God, you just see them, they're dancing in there and they're doing the music and like just circling around, and it's incredible to help them come alive. So I don't really know what's coming like next, but I think that yeah, there's some definite big possibilities of things.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I know that I'm noticing over this last couple months, especially, just more things working out. It's just like things piecing together. It's like, oh, that's a synchronicity.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's just really cool, just how people are coming together, more people unifying. I So it's like 4:30 in the morning this morning, and Taya says, "I think I just woke my mom up." And at like 4:30 in the morning, right? Now this is huge because we weren't allowed to go to their place for Christmas for 2 years, right? Or she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, after we got together, the best they could do was Zoom her for about 3-4 minutes while she was opening the present.
Aw.
That was the extent of their connection for last Christmas. The Christmas before, nothing, not even so much as wanting to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Aw.
And so the conversations have been starting to kind of go naturally for her and her mom over the last couple months, and it's kind of interesting. And so then the other night she was like, I think I'm going to go visit my mom for the evening. It's like, okay, well, have fun.
Yeah.
She went there, and it wasn't it wasn't like a super serious visit or anything, like just kind of like old time social visit. And then she started chatting with her by text, and I guess yesterday, and this she had forgotten to tell me that she had this conversation with her mom, and it was just because we're really really busy right now, and so she wakes up in the middle of the night. I think I woke up my mom, and the first thing I said to myself, because I was in the dead of sleep, I was like, well, I know you woke me up. And I didn't, because I wasn't really there yet. And she goes, no, like I was texting my mom, and I think she's waking right up.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, what? Like, well,
Oh,
this is worth getting up for. Holy crap.
nice.
And it was really interesting. The line that was the most impactful in this text conversation was like going back and forth of like, well, why doesn't Paul want to come for Christmas now that you're invited? Why doesn't he come? And she's like, well, it's not that he doesn't want to come for Christmas. It's just that Christmas isn't really something that he gets super excited about. And like, she did a beautiful job, and she spoke truth. Like, Christmas is not something that I get super excited about. And it's got a multitude of reasons, but I'm warming up to it, right? I'm warming up to it. I just don't feel like going to a house where the people that raised her said that she couldn't come over for Christmas because of her medical choice.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I was like, no, I don't feel like going to that place, because I mean, freedom of association. I don't like going someplace where that level of derision, not even division, it's like derision.
Yeah.
I don't have an interest to spend time with people who treat my loved one that way,
Yeah.
And but she presented it in a very very nice way. Like, Paul doesn't, he's not a big fan of Christmas, and he feels like he's not going to be able to go into the garage and smoke with us because he can't stand smoke. So it's just kind of, he knows that it's not going to be the type of visit that he's going to enjoy, and he's not going to really add much to the conversation. And she goes, yeah, but I mean, why? Like, why does it, like, we don't have to go in the garage, we can stay in the house, and and she goes, well, I did tell him how and then I can't remember her stepdad's name, but I did tell him how he treated me these last few years. And then she said, and this was the line where it's just like, what? She said, I just hate how COVID made basically made enemies out of people, and I just, how do we fix it? And she goes, it just doesn't seem right that that here we have an opportunity to spend Christmas together and you won't. And she goes, yeah, that really sucks, doesn't it, Mom? And then her mom went, oh my God. And I'm not going to share what happened rest, because that's private between them, but yeah, transformation.
Wow, nice.
Transformation.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I never, ever, 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 ever thought that Christmas would be something that would unify us. But I should have known. And I should have known, because the Christmas truce of 1914 made two armies drop their weapons and sing hymns and play cards together on battlefields that were soaked with blood.
Nice.
I should have known that Christmas could have done that.
Beautiful.
So cool. So
nice.
Cool.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. And wow, let's say that set the tone for the day,
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Peace is here. It's right there, right at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I see. Is that an instrument behind you? You dabble a bit in music. Have you been playing some music?
Yeah, I haven't been. That's actually a left-handed guitar. We have someone in our community is rooming for this because he went through. He's on disability with work, And so we've been helping him out. He's got some mobility issues and stuff like that. So we've been helping him out for the last few months, or I would say probably 6 or 7 months.
Okay.
And so that's his left-handed guitar that he has there.
Nice.
And I do have a guitar as well. No, I haven't been playing, and
Okay.
I know I need to. Both Wayne and I have actually been talking. We should probably start kind of piecing together some stuff here, doing some recording, because like we're just feeling that on that itch, you know.
Yeah, and just
It's
like and it's fun. It's funny that you talk about recording because like I've learned this whole thing. Like 'cause I'm like I love this song. I'm gonna like I want to go into the studio and
yes.
so yeah, I went into the studio, but then as we're doing it, someone's like, well, maybe it should have this part, and then so then
Oh.
I'm like trying all these different things. Then I'm like, now what can the song be? But then jamming it live. Like well, I'm part of this group called the Ladies Jam, and this new woman hosted it, and she had everything plugged in, and like to play it with drums and plugged in and cello and everything. It was like it just can go so many cool directions. So yeah, going in recording is super cool as long as, especially like if you have like unlimited time, or if you're doing it in your home, just because there's so many cool possibilities. Like so I just say yeah, make sure you jam if you are going into the studio and you have like X amount of time, like yeah, jam it with different things
Hmm.
before you do the recording, because you it can just yeah, so much can happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So awesome.
yeah. Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
I see Kevin is on the dashboard here, but it says that devices are not connected. So he must be just tuning in to listen, and that's cool. Yeah, yeah, we've been feeling that need to have that creative outlet. Our the expression of our bodies is can be so diverse, and we all bring such a wonderful gift to the table when we're in that state of creative flow where we're bringing truth forward, the truth that we are convicted by. Like that's why when you love a song, it's like this is such a huge part of who I am. You want to share that because it's that outpouring of love, um, having that as a conduit of communication or a conduit of connection with others, that becomes so fulfilling. Yeah, it's time. Mm, it's time. It's getting to be that time where I just got to start playing music.
Yeah.
We're at that point in the revolution.
Yeah. And just being able to encourage other people, right? To oh my gosh, that reminds me. I went to my first kirtan. It was incredible. I didn't even know what a kirtan was.
Oh, what do I? I'm
So
not.
a kirtan, I'll try to explain it properly. So it's like where a group of people get together and they sing kind of like a variety of like spiritual songs together, and like chants and like Satnamai or Satna, like those kind of things. And yeah, just like and singing together, and it was so incredible the amount of love. And yeah, so they have like a few songbooks, but like overall you can just listen and participate. And there was guitar and this beautiful accordion, and it was actually at I think it was his name was George that I'd met at Carolat Acres, and it was
Okay, yeah.
one of the most powerful experiences of my life. Like just
Wow.
so incredible having everybody singing and just yeah, it was really yeah. I think yeah, we need more things like that, and just yeah, doing things together as a community. And like I was saying, I think it would be so cool, even like having a community where like once a month or once every 2 months, like if people could get together and just like if we know somebody's having a bit of a hard time or they're sick or whatever, like just sending some love their way, like as just myself learning about energy and just or whether it's like for the good of everything to make it go in the right direction. I just think I'm learning about how much more powerful we are when we're, doing things together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So cool. So cool. Well, this might be a short one. Usually we've got about 2 or 3 people.
And I'm on mute. Can you hear my washing machine or no?
No, the sound reduction system on your computer, it does an excellent job at hiding the washing machine.
Okay, good. Yeah, apparently there's some kind of agitator or something that is like.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, well, I don't really have anything else to share. I'm just excited that we're doing this and that it's becoming kind of a regular thing. And people are coming, and now you're here. This is the first time I saw you. Did you listen in on the other ones?
No, I wasn't. It wasn't. It didn't. I meant to, and then whatever happened in my Sundays, it just. Or I'd be like, oh crap, there was that. I have to put it in my calendar, set a
Oh
little
yeah.
alarm. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
today was the first day I'm here. I'm like, oh yeah, that's coming up right away. That's awesome.
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I managed to find a camera somewhere because I was just going to also listen because I didn't have a camera, but it all kind of came together.
Oh, right on. Right on. Well, I'm going to be doing some of this on Winkin. So the Winkin's nice because we can, from what I gather, again, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But we can have friends do um, dual screen on that. And what's nice about that is it's like a social media platform instead of this. It's kind of, I don't know. It's clunky when we have to go through this dashboard in order to stream it over to YouTube and like all this other stuff. It's better for that when it's like a presentation. For collaborating back and forth, social media is better, And so eventually, probably in January, we're going to have it where we're all on Winkin to do this kind of stuff because then, we can do the video. I can bring someone in on video while we're live. And then, when they're done, they go and people can comment and all the rest. It's going to be a lot. I just feel it's going to be a lot more social instead of, this is okay, but it feels too much like Zoom,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's great. You're going in great direction.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. It's a lot of fun. Big learning curve. I mean, I've been kind of out of the social media marketing scene for a long time. So not only am I switching platforms because I'm not going to be posting on Facebook and Meta and all that nonsense anymore. YouTube is still okay. They haven't got rid of me yet, and I haven't been. I got one spanking from something that I did back in early 2021, I think. But nothing since then. So I'm going to keep on using it because it's nice for the long presentations that I do. But yeah, Wimkin, and that way we can just converse more, and we can create groups and start building more community in a social network that's built to build communities.
Yeah.
And then of course free speech loving and all the rest. They're getting big. They're getting big, and they're getting big fast. And especially now with all of the corruption from the other social medias,
Yeah.
the migration is happening really fast. All of them are gaining a lot of traction.
It's interesting, like, because I just started like YouTube, like I had a thing a couple of years ago. I don't even have it. I don't post anything on it. But yeah, back when all this started, I just like put in my living room. I had like a Canada poster and the Charter Rights and Freedoms, and I just sang a bunch of my songs, and I'd make my own commentary about
Yeah,
what was going on, which
yeah,
you can imagine what that was like, right? And I can't believe they took it down. I'm like, it's a video of me playing music and talking about what's going on in the world, and me, little old me. But it must have been some kind of algorithm or whatever, the words or whatever.
probably.
But I'm like, yes, I must be onto something. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep, yeah,
Yeah,
it's true. Well,
yeah.
what's really cool about Wimkin is that they actually have a place where you can upload your music, so you can actually create albums, listen right online. So if you've got samples of music, put them up there because that people actually listen to music. They create playlists and everything right inside there.
Okay, I should
Yep.
write it down. Yeah, all my stuff is still up at lettherebemusic.ca. But
Oh,
I'll put
okay.
it on there. How do you spell Wimkin?
I just put it up on the screen there. I don't know
Oh,
if you can
okay.
see
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
Oh,
wimkin.com.
okay. Perfect.
That's my link, obviously. When you and when you sign up, it actually takes, I think, about a day or two for them to approve your account because they don't just automatically let people through.
Okay.
They and it's not like they're doing a background check or anything like that. It's just that they want to see, okay, this, we feel that this profile is probably legit. And some bots get through, but that's going to happen. Doesn't matter where you go.
Okay.
But it's shaping up really, really well. And communities are, I believe, because that's what I'm helping communities do right now, is get away from those apps like Signal and Telegram and stuff like that. And not because necessarily it's wrong to use them, but for community building, Those are for private chats. You know, we're building community. Let's be social. Let's tell the stories about how we're building community. Let's tell the stories about how, you know, we're dealing with a possible energy crisis. Let's tell the stories about how we're writing music and sharing the message of hope and peace to people. Let's unite. We have to unite. You know, one of the biggest reasons why we're in this mess to begin with is because we were divided before it started, and we just kept running with it, and we kept on being divided for so long after.
Yeah.
We unify. This is now the time. And, you know, this isn't, you know, unifying under a banner. This isn't unifying under a politician. This is unifying under a mindset that, no, my consciousness has full authority over this physical experience. And so does someone else. Everybody has that. And so if I want that for myself, if I want that level of freedom, I have to honor it. I have to honor it in others.
Yeah.
And now you've got a peaceful society instantly, as soon as people come to that realization. So the community building on Winkin, I believe, is going to really start helping us unify, because the social media stuff, it doesn't matter. I was posting right up until the summer, and it didn't matter what I posted. You know, I might get one like, I might get a comment, nothing, not like so little interaction. But on Winkin, when I post something, it's like I get 20 notifications in a day.
Right.
And it's like, ooh, and I don't even know anybody yet. We're just getting started.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about what's possible there if we stay consistent there and stay in the conversation there. And when we're there, we can chat with each other. They've got a private messenger, just like Facebook Messenger. You know, you can do video chats right inside there as well. You know, if people are wanting that much convenience, they have everything that Facebook and TikTok and, you know, Instagram, everything that they have, it's there.
Yeah.
There's no point in us using the other ones anymore. And we keep talking about how evil they are. Well, let's put our money where our mouth is and start using one that's actually built by people.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my little plug into Wimkin. And no, I'm not a partner, and no, not even an investor in them or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just to put that out there. For some people like to be divided, and so I just got to put that out there so that people recognize it. If I wanted financial gain, I probably would have chosen to work a job over the last 3 years.
Well, you have to give Taya a big hug for her from me. Tell her I
Will
say
do.
hello, and I miss her playing juice harp with me.
Oh, yeah.
She did that. I look forward to doing it again sometime soon.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
And yeah, I don't know if she's doing any foraging or anything, but I'll, I mean, because it's now winter, you can only do so much. But anyways, I'll stay tuned for things that are happening.
Yeah, we'll probably do a walk where we talk about needles and mushrooms, because those are things that we can harvest year round.
Okay.
I don't know if she has plans of doing anything right away, but
Okay.
we'll definitely got it. We definitely have it in our back pocket. If people want to do that, we'll make it happen.
I'll stay tuned. I really liked the last one with the bark and stuff. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah.
I can't remember now what it's called. The pine.
Yeah, we did the pine bark. Yeah.
Pine bark. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Paul.
Yeah, you betcha. Everybody have a good day.
Okay. Thank you too.
Yeah.
And to the other person who's here, who was that was here?
That's Kevin is there as well. He's listening.
Hi,
in.
Kevin. Have a great one. Wishing you guys well. Whoop whoop.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.